Hey guys, when you get time, check out the shop. I've got all kinds of different designs. I believe I got over 100 designs now on hoodies, shirts, masks, posters, throw blankets, you name it, I've probably got it. Just check it out sometime.
It was flying past us from the left to the right. Now it's going back. And I don't know, it's probably saw us. I don't know.
Did you know that there is a forbidden zone in the Grand Canyon where no one is allowed to visit? People who have attempted to go there have been chased off by government officials and helicopters. Since the early 1900s, there has been rumors of Buddhist and Egyptian artifacts found within cave systems in the Grand Canyon. According to a Phoenix newspaper in 1909, an explorer by the name of Kincaid was floating down the Colorado through the park and saw stains on the cliffside. He climbed up to a colossal, apparently man-made cave. Inside, he supposedly found a trove of artifacts with Egyptian characteristics. He is said to have sent them to the Smithsonian Institute, and some 40 truckloads of material were hauled away from the site, although the museum now denies these details. The area which has the cave is patrolled 24/7 and is sealed off with iron bars.
Hey, whatever happened to crop circles, man? We just forgot about them. No one took credit for them. I got a video coming up on that later.
Let's talk about shapeshifters. Really quick, if you don't know what a shapeshifter is, this dude, David Icke, actually made this theory really popular, saying that everybody that had a high position of power was actually a shape-shifting alien. And I'm going to tell you why I think it's true, based on science. This thing is called the light spectrum, and you see that little band right there. That is only visible to us. We are only able to perceive that amount of light. Everything else we cannot see. So us humans vibrating at a specific frequency cannot see that, but other beings can. And what they can do to make them shift is reflect light in a way that we could only perceive.
Simulation, the word simulation is very archaic, but it's the only word that we have to actually describe this sort of technology, because they are so far advanced that this simulation, there's just a little bee flying around me, this simulation is a divine game. It is a game of learning, and the word simulation really doesn't do it justice. And I just wanted to put that out there. So let's just figure out the rules together so we can create the reality and life that we want to live, and live in happiness and joy and peace and harmony. Let's do this together.
Oh, there it is, okay. Now look at these dots. They're showing up in the sky, and I don't see a plane. Does it look like a code?
It almost does.
There's no plane in the sky. Asher, what is happening? Wait, there's something super small up there. Do you see it? Super small. Oh, wait, it is. It's a number. 53531.
So you guys are really good. I just did this last video with all these different details about the Pentagon and the Army and Air Force Motion Picture Service, the Truman Show, and all this different stuff that added up together. But I completely missed one thing that was right in front of my face, which most of the information we need to know is right in front of our face, right? Check this out. The date that the Pentagon was established was 9/11/1941. What are the odds that just coincidentally, the attacks in New York on the Twin Towers and at the Pentagon would be exactly 60 years to the day that the Pentagon was created. I almost think sometimes now there aren't any coincidences. Kind of seems like we live in a coincidence factory.
This is the terrifying truth about how the government controls you. Many people don't know this, but the scary way the government controls us is from the water we drink. The government actually puts fluoride in the water we drink on a daily basis for many reasons. One of the main reasons as to why the government does this is to make us more obedient so we could obey as to what the government tells us to do. While the fluoride we consume is harmless, this is a very real way that the government controls us into doing things that we might not want to do.
Video of a UFO crash and the alien they found. Warning, the alien part's kind of freaky. This is some top secret military recording of a UFO coming down to the ground. This is an alien spacecraft, baby, and it's about to crash. It's about to crash, oh yeah. While the alien ship had heavy damage, they did manage to salvage part of it and find an alien. Top secret photo of the alien body. That's a sad shabadoo. Absolute proof of UFOs and ancient artwork. Best newspapers in the world have been talking about UFOs and ancient artwork. Paintings going back 500 years with UFOs in them. This painting people didn't even know at the time the Earth was round, and it looks like a satellite. Here's Jesus above a fleet of UFOs. Here's a UFO over a house. Here's an alien ship shooting a laser beam. The only way these artists could have known about this is if they saw it, baby. This is from the 1500s about a spaceship battle over Germany. Look at that huge thing. Here's an alien ship with some type of beam. Here's the Virgin Mary with a UFO. And on the other side of her, another one. Here were two alien ships at Jesus' crucifixion. They could be aliens, they could be time travelers. I'm not sure, baby. But one thing is absolutely true. These people painted what they saw. And they saw stuff flying in the sky. Shabadoo! Is there an alien base in Antarctica? There's a lot of images from Antarctica of strange objects. Like this that's obviously intelligently made. Or entrances like this. But are those alien or from the hollow earth? According to news stories and books like this one, it's more than likely aliens who are using Antarctica as a top secret base.
In April 2017, when conspiracy theorists claimed to have found evidence of an underwater base off the coast of Antarctica. The 500-meter-long object was spotted on Smiley Island. This image was posted to the website for UFO sightings hotspot. The first thing people usually say is that it just kind of looks like an iceberg that split away from the mainland.
This doesn't look like an iceberg to me.
It could actually be a secret UFO vessel in disguise.
Whatever it is, it sure ain't ice cream. Shabadoo, booskies.
This is the story of Admiral Byrd and the hidden truth surrounding Operation High Jump, an operation that ended in an all-out battle with aliens that emerged from the Arctic shelf. The mission, which was officially titled the United States Navy Antarctic Development Program, took place from 1946 to 1947 and was led by infamous pilot Admiral Richard Byrd. The infamous Admiral Byrd was known for receiving the Congressional Medal of Honor for flying to the North and South Poles. In his journals that were released upon his son's untimely death in 1988, where he was last seen leaving for a Nat Geo convention honoring Byrd, and later ended up being found in a warehouse, toothless and beaten. In this journal that Byrd kept throughout Operation High Jump, they found the initial map he drew of Hollow Earth. This diary, which had went missing for years, was a well-documented account of their encounters in the Antarctic. This journal even stated that he encountered craft that could fly pole to pole in just mere seconds. As they departed in August of 1946, they had no idea what they were in for. As Byrd's naval fleet of 13 ships, 33 airplanes, and almost 5,000 men approached Antarctica, one of the radiomen on the USS Brownson stated, and I quote, "Me and my shipmates on the pilot house port side watched for several minutes bright lights that ascended about 45 degrees into the sky very quickly, and that they couldn't ID the lights because their equipment only went 250 miles in a straight line. And these were only the initial warnings. For Byrd, things were about to get much worse. That day came too soon, as Lieutenant Pilot John Sayerson stated. The thing shot up out of the water with tremendous velocity, almost as if being chased by the devil himself. Everybody hesitated for a second as if stunned, as the thing sat there and floated, tempting us to make the first move. That's when Byrd stated that it wasn't by his command, but one of the ships began opening fire on the UFO. That resulted in all-out mayhem as the two sides began exchanging fire. Wasn't long before losses were too great. After a small skirmish with the Arctic aliens, Admiral Byrd had lost 2 ships, completely disappeared, a small handful of planes, and a few unlucky men. After the skirmish and everything settled down, Admiral Byrd heard a voice in his head. This voice was actually responsible for the fleet going to Antarctica at all. In the original documents, Admiral Byrd heard voices in his head 6 months before the trip was even an idea. They messaged him shortly after the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombs. So after hearing the voices again, he quickly flew down through one of the Sims holes. This is when he met with beings he called the Masters, the Innkeepers of Earth. General Byrd, you are a man of stature, they said. You're a hero among your people. They trust your word. So we send you with a message. The bombs you set off have more power than you know, and if we continue on this path, our future will be dark. Byrd relayed the message, died 10 years later.